Hi there. Today's video, I'll introduce one way to start shifting morale and impacting conditions on your unit or in your department, whether you're going through a crisis or whether you're just trying to shift the culture. Often leaders don't know what to do because you might not be able to change the situation. Right now, we're going through COVID, and there's little that we can do about that. Um, and you may be working really hard as you can, but are limited as to what you can do to actually impact things. And often leaders will look for big things to make the difference, when in fact there are simple things that we can do to help people to feel good, and they cost nothing but a little time and some attention. The one thing you don't want to do is hide. Your people need you, especially during crisis. They need you. I'm Dr. Julie Donnelly, known as the Healthcare Coach. My passion is to help you become the best leader you can be so you feel good about your leadership ability and skills, you feel confident, and you enjoy leading. And together, we change the culture within healthcare and create work environments where people feel psychologically safe, they're engaged and productive members of your team. Less stress, less burnout, and more satisfaction and happiness from doing what we love to do, which is caring for people. If you're new to the channel or have not yet done so, go ahead and subscribe now. Today's topic, appreciate your people. As I mentioned, right now we're in the middle of COVID and healthcare is struggling as many industries are. People are tired, there are limited resources, staffing levels are strained, and leaders really do need strategies for addressing staff's emotional state. There are times like this where you cannot change the outside circumstances, and this is when you must tap into the things that you do have control over, right? And that is the work environment. How people feel when they come to work every day. The first thing that you can implement right now to alleviate stress and strain of your staff and create a space where people feel good is appreciating them. Identifying the qualities about your staff and recognizing them. What do they do well? Appreciation, according to the dictionary, is a feeling or expression of admiration, approval, or gratitude. Now, appreciation has more to do with being grateful for who the person is, more so than what the person does. People have an innate need to feel valued and important. So go on a treasure hunt. Look for the good. What do you like or appreciate about who that person is? Consider what it means to have that person on your team or in your life. It benefits you in some way. What are those ways? Identify them. Then, at every opportunity, any opportunity, acknowledge your people. Make sure they know that you see this in them and you appreciate and value them. Appreciate people loudly and often and sincerely. People can read phoniness a mile away, and you'll diminish your effectiveness as a leader, and of course, that destroys trust. So, you want to make sure that you deliver that message in a way that is true to you, that's authentic. There will be people that struggle with receiving compliments or acknowledgments in this way, so make sure they hear you. It's very important that you feel that the person received the acknowledgement. People they crave to be valued, not only for acknowledged for what they do and how they contribute to the team, but for who they are as human beings. And, well, let me ask, as I'm talking about this, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about acknowledging people for who they are and how special they are as human beings? Does it feel weird? Does it feel strange? It may at first. Do it anyway and see what happens. I found when I started doing this that others on my team, after a while, started doing it too. And we would receive emails from people that were shout outs about how great, great job, but then it would include a little snapshot of what they did, right? So, great job taking care of that family. You do a great job with families. Um, and so people would do these shout outs to each other. And it became a way to appreciate the value that each person brought to the table. We really do need to do a better job of acknowledging each other and being good to one another all the time, not just during times of great challenge, but during challenging times. It's even more important. William, William James said, "The deepest principle of human nature is a craving to be appreciated." So, in summary, appreciating others is one way you can create a positive work environment where people feel that you care about them. Appreciate your people sincerely. Look for the good and acknowledge it both publicly and privately. People need to feel valued and important, that they matter as a human being, and you want to appreciate and acknowledge your colleagues and your higher ups and your personal life too, your family, your friends. These people are human too, right? And we all have the same needs, regardless of status or position. While you cannot always change the circumstances, or you can't change them quickly, you cannot change a magic wand, for example, so that another staff magically appears out of thin air. You can create a workspace, a work environment where people feel appreciated and cared about and valued. And that goes a long way. It costs you nothing but time and attention. And the benefits are enormous. So here's a call to action for you. Look for the good, see it, and say it. Acknowledge your team publicly with, just an email that says, "You rock, go team." Cheer them on. Acknowledge individuals. Find one thing that you appreciate, that you find that's really unique or special about that person, and tell them about it. Observe yourself. Is this difficult for you? Is it difficult for you to see the good in others? Do you tend to judge them instead? Do you struggle with saying it? Do you see it, but you have trouble saying it or praising people? And how do you feel about praise when it is given to you? Remember, as the leader, if someone praises you, you're being watched. So people are going to learn from you. You're the role model. I highly recommend you keep a journal and reflect upon your leadership journey. Let me know how you're doing. Place your comments or questions below so I know how I can assist you on your leadership journey. I'll address any questions that you have in a future video, or if you need assistance sooner, then visit me online at drjuliedonnelly.com. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. Make it a great day. I'll see you soon.